Good morning.
I know one thing that's true and I'm sticking to it.
We're just doing a tester this morning. How are you doing? Let me know if you can hear me this morning. Just doing a tester. Woo!
I know I'm gonna be alright, and I ain't gotta worry, no. I can make it through the night. All things are possible.
All things are possible. No matter what comes against me. I'm limitless. Woo!
Yeah, I seen this before, and I know what it is. People
I'm limitless.
Say you'll never live. Throw your name away, counted you out. But there's no limits. You can do what you want. Life is full of struggles, but it's going. I'ma be myself. Look at the man in the mirror. The sky is the limit.
The sky is the limit. Actually, it's not the limit. You can go beyond the skies. We're doing a tester this morning.
I'm gonna be alright. I don't have to worry, no. I can make it through the night. All things are possible.
All things are possible.
No matter what comes against me, I know one thing. I know that I'm limitless.
Limitless. Hey, I am limitless this morning. I was just doing a test run. I'm going to play that again because, wow, that is actually so powerful, isn't it? Yeah, we are limitless. Good Lord. And so I'm just doing a test run this morning before we kick off at 9 o'clock. I know it's early. It's Saturday morning. This is the Business and the Entrepreneurial Show. And so, yeah. Let me know how you are doing. I'm going to play that number again. We are limitless. If you're listening to me on the airways, we're going to be tuning in at 9 o'clock. Hey, we're limitless. I'm limitless.
I know one thing that's true and I'm sticking to it. Yeah. Man, this is my life, you know I'ma live it. People be trying to clutter my vision, said I couldn't do it, so I went and did it. Wasn't nothing to it. Limitless edition, bringing up my past and mess with my future. But no, my past don't make me.
My past don't make me. Woo! I'm a winner this morning. You're a winner this morning. We're gonna be okay. Good morning. All things are possible this morning. All things are possible. No matter what comes against me. Good morning. I'm limitless. Woo! Join me this morning. I'm limitless. Woo!
People talk about you.
Welcome to the Angela Lee Show. We're streaming live on Facebook Live, on YouTube, and also on ellensoulradio.com. It's our business and entrepreneurial show. This morning, we are limitless. Woo! The sky is the limit. Let me know how you are this morning. I don't have to worry. I'm limitless. I'm limitless. I can make it through the dark periods of my life. I'm limitless. Woo! No matter what comes against me. I'm limitless. Woo! I'm limitless this morning. Hey, I'm limitless this morning. How are you feeling this morning? Woo! It's Angela Lee on the Angela Lee Show, and everything's going haywire now. Oh my God, what am I doing? Okay, let me see what I can do. Let me see what I can do. Okay, so how are you doing this morning? How are you doing this morning? Let me know how you are. It's the Angela Lee Show, and we're streaming live on ellensoulradio.com and also live on StreamYard and on YouTube. It's a juggling act this morning. And so, yes, we are limitless. We are limitless this morning, and we're going to be doing our positive affirmations before we start the show. I'm only going to be here for about an hour and a half, perhaps, because I've got a busy Saturday morning like many of you. And so, yeah, join me this morning. And let me know how you are doing. It's our business and entrepreneurial show, as I mentioned. And we're going to be talking about what are the things that you're prepared to do in order to live the life of your dreams. That's what we're talking about this morning. What are the things that you're prepared to do? So you let me know, what are you prepared to do to live the life of your dreams? That's what we're talking about this morning. And so before we start our show, we're going to be doing our positive affirmations as usual, as we always do. We're going to be doing our positive affirmations. And so wherever you are this morning, if you're sitting down, if you're lying down in bed, if you can listen to my voice, then listen to my voice this morning. And we're going to be doing our positive affirmations this morning. So join me as we do our positive affirmations. And yeah, what a week it's been, isn't it? It's been a great week for me. I don't know about you, but it's been a great week. I've had such a productive week. Let me know how your week has been. And so, yeah, we're going to do our positive affirmations this morning. Okay, and so let's take a nice deep breath. Let's take a lovely deep breath. Let's take a lovely deep breath. Inhale and exhale. Let's do another one. Inhale and exhale. Good morning to you. It's our business and our entrepreneurial show this morning, and we're talking about what are the things you're prepared to do to live the life of your dreams, because I'm sure you are aware that the things you do now in your present moment is actually going to be a determining factor of what your future is going to look like. And so this morning, it's the Angela Lee Show, and we're talking about the things that you're prepared to do to live the life of your dreams, whether it's your business, whether it's a career, or whether, whatever you've actually set out to do. And we've still got 2 months for the rest of the year. So we've still got time. We've still got time in 2021 to live out and to realize your dream. It's not too late. You still got time to turn things around. So good morning to you this morning. And so before we start, let's do our positive affirmations as we do. It's our business and entrepreneurial show. And so let's do our positive affirmations this morning before we start. Okay. I am smart and successful. My clients enjoy working with me. I am an impactful leader. I am worthy of financial security. My business is growing and so am I. Oh, I love that one. Let's hear that one again. My business is growing and so am I. My life is overflowing with opportunities. Whoa, that is powerful, isn't it? My life is overflowing with opportunities. I am turning my expertise into income. So profound, isn't it? Let's say that one again. I am turning my expertise into income. I honor my journey and free myself from the expectations of others. That is so powerful. I'm going to say that one again. I honor my journey and I free myself from the expectations of others. I am making a positive impact in the lives of others. My mistakes do not define me. My mistakes do not define me. We are not our mistakes. So our mistakes should not define us this morning. I am creating the life of my dreams. I am creating the life of my dreams. So important for us to do our positive affirmations as we start our morning. It's the weekend and it's our business and entrepreneurial show. And I'm going to only be with you for about an hour and a half. And because I've got a busy Saturday, just like yourselves. However, I'm mindful that it's so important for us, and it's 2 months left for the end of the year. And I know that we have been doing a series of shows where we've set our intentions for 2021. We've set our goals, our SMART goals, and on the things that we want to achieve. We've put our visualization boards and maps out, and many of us have been able to manifest those things that we've intended to do in 2021. However, there may be some of us that are still struggling to materialize those dreams. There may be some of us that are still struggling. And perhaps you've already started to realize your dream with all the intentions that you've set yourself for 2021. And I'm here just to support and encourage you as a fellow business entrepreneur, creative person myself. I'm here to support and encourage you this morning to stay on point, to stay on target. And so, what are the things that you are prepared to give up in order to achieve your dreams? What are the things you are prepared to give up? We've got 2 months still left for the end of the year. What are the things that you're prepared to give up? And it could be anything to do with your business, your creative projects, the people that you're collaborating with. What are you prepared to give up in order to realize your dream? Now, some of the things that could actually come against us in terms of living up that dream is our own limiting beliefs. And sometimes, in many instances, our limiting beliefs and our self-sabotaging habits can actually be a barrier for us to actually progress or move forward in terms of our business, in terms of our creative projects. Sometimes It's our own limiting beliefs and our self-sabotaging habits. And it's so important for us to be self-aware, to be consciously aware of ourselves, to be consciously aware of our habits, our thoughts, our thinking. And we know so well that everything that manifests into the universe, into our world, into our reality, is as a result of our thinking process, is as a result of our limiting beliefs. It's as a result of how we view and how we see things. So what are the things that you're prepared to do in order to live your life of your dreams? And so somebody might ask me the question, what do you mean about limiting beliefs? What does it actually mean, limiting beliefs? And so a limiting belief is actually a state of mind. It's a state of mind. And as I mentioned, that the way we think can actually contribute to our world, our present moment. A limiting belief is a state of mind. It's a conviction. It's a belief that you think to be true that limits you in some way. And so the way we think to be true could perhaps not be true, because it could be based on a lot of factors in terms of our environment, in terms of our learned behavior, in terms of our programming that we've carried throughout the years. And so a limiting belief is a state of mind, and it's a conviction or a belief that you think to be true that limits you in some way. And so the way you think, perhaps, if it's not positive, it can actually limit you. It can limit your business, limit your creative projects, limit your progression in life. And so limiting beliefs can have a number of negative effects on you. They can keep you from making good choices, taking new opportunities, or reaching your full potential. And so it can actually have a severe impact on your life. And so in order for us to overcome our limiting beliefs, what are the sort of things that we need to employ in our lives in order to overcome our limiting beliefs this morning? Some of the things that we need to do is don't listen to your limiting mindset. Very important that our self-talk, the things that we tell ourselves, are positive and it's not limiting. The auto-suggestions that we tell ourselves, that they are positive. Another thing that we can do in order to combat our limited beliefs or our self-sabotaging habits is to focus on the plan, not the problem. So focus on your goal. Focus on the plan that you've had for 2021 or for 2022, the preceding year, or the months, or the weeks, or the days. Focus on your plan and not the problem. And so focus on your plan and not the problem, because when you focus on the problem, it's going to limit your belief. It's going to limit your thinking. It's going to limit your progress. Do what you have always done, and you will get what you have always gotten. That is so profound, because when we remember, I've got a book of remembrance, and I write down all the things that the universe, the creator of the universe, has worked in unison with me, that I've been able to achieve. And so my book of remembrance reminds me of the things that I've done when I was in a dark place, when I was, crossing that valley. That book of remembrance kicks in and it reminds me. So do what you have always done. Remind yourself of the things that you have always done, and you will get what you have always gotten. And so all your successes that you have achieved so far, remember what you've done before in order to achieve that. Very important for us to change the way you look at things. Change the way you look at things, and the things that you look at will change. And it's all to do, as I mentioned, with our mindset, the way we look at things, the way we perceive things. And it starts with our mindset. And we have to develop a positive growth mindset, a limitless mindset, so that what we see is actually a true reflection of our reality, that we're not living in denial, that we're living in the present moment, and we're dealing with the things and the tasks that we have to do today. However, we're looking at things, we're viewing things in a positive light. So important for us to be present and to keep proactive and active and achieve and work that plan. Living in the past or in the yesterdays is not going to help us to move progress. It's not going to help us to progress. It's not going to help us to keep proactive. So we need to remain present in the present moment and to keep active. Avoid procrastination. Keep active, keep proactive, particularly in your projects that you're working on. Keep active. Work that vision board. Work that plan. Keep active. Look at things from outside the box and keep active. We're looking at things that's going to help you, or that's going to remove that limiting belief. Now, some of the barriers to limiting beliefs, whether it's from your job, whether it's from your creative projects, whether from your business, can sometimes derive from time. Sometimes we think that, we have not got enough time. And the way that we can actually overcome the barrier of time is to actually keep an effective plan. And I've mentioned this on previous shows, and what we can perhaps do, we can have, like myself, I have a to-do list, and I write down my things that I have to do today, and I prioritize the things that are actually really important, the things that I really need to achieve, and I work through my to-do list. Now, the to-do list will actually help you to manage your time. I also have a law of attraction diary, and I think I shared it with some of you. This is the law of attraction diary, and I plan out my day and I make a forecast of what I'm going to do for the week, and I plan it out, and it's like a schedule, a daily schedule, and I work towards that list. And so that helps me to effectively manage my time. Some of us, we're talking about the barriers. We have the fear of change and success. And so many of us, as I mentioned at the beginning of the year, we're having to change our life plan because of COVID. And some of us actually feared changing. We had to change our jobs. We had to change our careers. We had to change our projects. We had to, sort of readjust things. And so in order to live a limitless life, we can't be governed by that fear of change or that fear of success or what that success is going to look like. We have to keep on task with the plan. Many of us also fear failure. And I've mentioned before that the billionaires and the millionaires of our time today have failed consecutively, and they have embraced failure as a part of success. And so we need not fear failing, because failure is a part of success. Ask the billionaires of this world or the millionaires of this world. Failure is a part of success, so there's no need for us to fail. I remembered when I was running my social enterprise a couple of years ago, and I was doing some partnerships with a lot of small and large organizations, such as the government and local authorities and the voluntary sector. And they were able to support me in terms of that lack of support and that sense of isolation that I felt as an entrepreneur in the business world. And so, in order to avoid isolation and to feel that sense of lack of support, you can collaborate with like-minded businesses, like-minded people. You can also partner with various organizations and join lots of community initiatives and projects that can lend you some support. So basically, you need to put yourself out there. Another barrier that sometimes often impacts on our limiting beliefs is actually the should-haves and the could-haves and the naysayers that could be members of our family and society. And so we need to safeguard our mindset in terms of who we allow into our thinking process, into our thought process, into our business dreams. We need to set those healthy boundaries so that we do not give a listening ear to those naysayers. Sometimes financial obligations and the fear of poverty, and lots of us are juggling lots of things. Family, we have mortgages, we have commitments, we have rents, we have so much commitments that we have to actually manage. And sometimes our financial obligations and the fear of poverty can actually be a limiting belief, can actually be a factor that actually can prevent us from actually making progress. But if we do a strategic business plan in terms of a financial plan, in terms of what our present day finances look like, there's so many initiatives out there to support you. If you're struggling with your finance or debt, don't let that stop you from starting your business. Don't let that be a barrier for you to progress, because there's so many things that you can do, so many strategies that you can employ in order to support your dream. Comparing and despairing is another one. We're comparing ourselves to others. We're comparing ourselves to what other people are achieving and businesses and how successful they are doing. That's a limiting belief. We have to focus on our plan, focus on ourselves, and don't be derailed in thinking about how successful other people are doing, because you just don't know their story. You just don't know their backstory. Lots of people are going through so many challenges, and perhaps they haven't shared it with you, but it doesn't mean that they're doing as better than you. However, let's stop comparing and despairing. Another factor that can stop our limiting beliefs is actually self-doubt. We doubt ourselves. So before we even start, we have self-doubt. We have got no self-confidence. We doubt our accomplishments, our expertise. And so we need to remove ourselves from that limiting beliefs of self-doubt. I know so many people that have started their own business, have started their creative projects, and it's based on all the skills that they've achieved and have accumulated all the years in terms of working for other businesses and working for other people. Those are transferable skills that you can actually employ on your creative project, on your own business plans. And so self-doubt is not going to help you to move forward. And again, the methods and the strategies, because we're actually being aware and we're being conscious of these limiting beliefs. However, we're going to also combat those negative beliefs with some strategies on how we can actually remain successful. And so let me know how you are doing today. Let me know how you are doing. And we can have a conversation. Denise is saying, excellent work, thank you. Yes, the plan, I am doing that every day, getting a successful single out there and publishing my second book. Excellent. Get rid of poverty mentality. Good morning to you, Jay. Love and light to you. Absolutely, absolutely. It's so important that we remain positive. It's so important that we remain positive. So important. And so we are going through steps because it's so important for us to be aware of our limiting beliefs. If we are not aware of our limiting beliefs, then we were not able to actually do some work on it. You know, do that reflective work, do that inner work, do that shadow work in order to combat our habitual, self-sabotaging things that we do or that we tend to do. We're talking here, it's the Angela Lee Show. We're talking about what are the things that you are prepared to do in order to live the life of your dreams. And so it could be your career, it could be your business, it could be a creative project that you're working on. What are the things that you are prepared to do in order to live the life of your dreams? I remember a few years ago, I had to get rid of fear. And it wasn't so much the fear of failure. It was just, you know, personal issue that I was going through, and I was sort of trying to manage and juggle everything. And I just had to get rid of that. And I had to step outside of my comfort zone and just go for my dreams. So what are the things that you are prepared to do to live the life of your dreams? So share your thoughts with me, and I'm going to try and see if I can play another number. So here we go.
Work too hard, my God, I'ma play my card. I'ma leave your atmosphere, it's so toxic. And I hear your gossip, I'm aware they plotting, but I got no option. And I can't be stopped, I'ma keep on walking. And my power, and my purpose, and that backbiting so worthless. And my faith on it, it's working. I one of one, and I'm certain that I won the battle. It's over, we did it. I'm silk, I'm C, I'm P, no limit, can't stop it. It's me and Corbin in the pocket, got the plug in the socket. They told you that you couldn't do it cause you're washed up. Ain't like them bad girls said you should get your sauce up. But I got this plan and you might not understand. I'ma go hard as I can, and I'm gonna be the boss of it. Just watch me do this, put no limits, only swag on it. Walk right up to the front where I belong and brag on it. Go to the top, I'ma give it all I got. Might take a lot, but we ain't gonna ever stop. I do believe I'm something special, can't take that from me. So you can say what you want, not gonna hold us stronger, be who I'm supposed to be. 'Cause I'm unstoppable.
We're unstoppable this morning. Go for your dream. I can be what I want. We're unstoppable this morning. Yep.
Not in the stars, I'm not lucky, I just pray through it. Fall on my face and I might make mistakes, but I don't let it break me, cause I'm still on my way. I do believe I'm something special.
I'm something special. Let's go for our dreams this morning. Let's stay on target. Let's stay on point this morning. We're unstoppable this morning. We can't hope or wish, we've got to work that plan this morning.
Safety, winds may blow, waves won't
We're unstoppable this morning. We're unstoppable this morning. We ain't hoping or wishing this morning. We are going to be living our plan. We're going to be working our plan this morning. We're going to be not living in the, wishing and hoping. We are going to be actively and proactively working our plan this morning. Just want to encourage you, business people, creative people, artists, recording artists like the lovely Denise Wise. You are unstoppable this morning. And Denise Wise is sharing something with us. You know Denise Wise, she is the recording artist and the author, and she's joined me on so many shows. And she's saying, I've started spending money on advertising my music before the music came in. I spent 141 last month on it, and straight away I got chunks of money from my dad, and then the government paid me a lump sum, totaling 10 times what I've spent in faith and trust, and that the universe will deliver. And I love this good game. Singing practice in the shower, coming up with my daily steps to success. Excellent. Congratulations to you, Denise. And so Denise is just sharing some amazing things that, she has actually invested in herself. And so you have to speculate to accumulate. You have to invest in you. If you don't believe in yourself, then no one else is going to believe in you. If you don't invest in yourself, then no one's going to invest in you, because people buy you before they buy your products. And so you have to be confident. You have to believe in yourself. And I made an investment with myself. And as many of you know, I'm embarking on my master's, and I'm investing in myself in order to progress in my career, to progress in my business. And so you have to do whatever you need to do to move forward and to progress in terms of your business or your creative projects. And so I'm going to share a couple of more points in terms of how to combat negative beliefs. And sometimes, we can have our own small business and running our own projects. And although we have to remain positive, we also have to equally admit when we need help. And sometimes some of us can be so egoistic or prideful, and we don't want no one to know that we need help. And so we struggle. And so it's so important to admit when you need help. And also, when we're admitting that we need help, we're going to go to trusted people, obviously. Trusted people, or people that are doing better than us, experts in our own industry, experts in our own field, that would be able to support us, or actually signpost us to organizations or resources that we could tap into in order to help us. And so admitting that you need help is not a negative on your part. It's actually being self-aware. It's being conscious of your business needs, of your project needs. And it's going to help you to move forward. Subsequently, it's so important for us to look at the challenge from all sides. And sometimes we could be faced with a challenge and we can overwhelm ourselves, so unnecessary. And it's so important to look at all sides in terms of what that challenge looks like. I've spoken about the need or the way to progress in life is to actually have a mentor or a coach yourself that will be able to help you to look at that challenge from all sides. Because sometimes we can look at something from our own perspective, from our own limiting beliefs. And so to employ a mentor or a coach or a friend to lend a listening ear, to look at that challenge from all sides, then you can actually see the picture of what that challenge looks like holistically, and then you'll be able to make a better choice. Equally, it's so important for us as business owners, and we're running our projects, to know when to delegate. And sometimes, and oftentimes, we go to burnout because we don't know the art of delegation. I remembered working for an amazing entrepreneur, and he runs his own. He heads and runs a huge social enterprise in the city of London. And I remember distinctively that when he used to come to work in his jeans and really used to dress down. And he was actually the chief executive officer of that business. And he used to just sit back in his office and was so self-confident, because you know why? Because he was able to delegate. He had confidence in the staff that he had hired, he had recruited, that they will be able to deliver the projects, the tasks. And so he was able to delegate, and he did not reach burnout because he knew the art of delegation. And so it's so important that you're able to delegate, that you don't have to do everything yourself, particularly if you've got staff, particularly if you're collaborating with a partner, a business partner, if you're doing a creative project together. Why are you doing all things by yourself? Really need to self-reflect and ask yourself that question, because you're going to reach burnout if you continue to do so. So important to learn to delegate. I'm going to read some comments from everyone here. I don't want to leave anyone out this morning. Okay. Just want to make sure that I'm giving everyone a voice this morning. So important to delegate. So important to delegate. Because if you don't delegate, as I mentioned, you're going to reach burnout. You're going to reach burnout. So important to delegate. Denise is saying, when I needed to reach out for other music producers to help me, I got a great response, and it turned out better than the person I was working with previously. There you go. So that's an example of using someone, or not actually doing things yourself, and learning how to delegate, because it's actually going to help you and your business. It's going to help you to progress. And, you know, sometimes when you learn that art of delegation, someone can actually look at things from a different perspective that you have not seen before. So it's so important to delegate. So important to delegate. And she's saying that, Denise is saying she's a boss and she's loving it. And so, yeah, so important to delegate, so that someone can actually help you see things from a different perspective and help you to get that task achieved. So important. Also, what's so important is to set small goals. Sometimes we can overload ourselves with what we need to do, and that to-do list looks so exhausting, and we're overwhelmed and we're stressed with the task ahead. And so setting small goals is so key in terms of supporting your progression and getting rid of that limiting belief. So set small goals, you know, probably daily goals, weekly goals, monthly goals. Set small goals. Also, in terms of challenges, it's so important to job search those challenges. And so if you're faced with a challenge, job search those challenges. Okay, I'm really struggling with marketing. Let me do a job search and see who I can actually employ, or who I can, ask to help me in that area. And I know that the government has actually got this project to help creatives in terms of marketing. I'm not sure if any of you are aware of it, but the government has actually got a scheme to help support entrepreneurs in their business. and you can actually utilize that scheme. I think it's called Kickstart. And so if you Google Kickstart, it's a scheme that's going to help entrepreneurs and creators with their projects. And it's a scheme that lots of young people from university graduates have signed up for. And they are utilizing all their skills that they've learned in university, let's say, for example, marketing. And the government has got this initiative to help businesses and entrepreneurs and with these young people that are assigned to work with your project or your creative project or with your business for a couple of months. And they are actually experts in their field, and they will be able to move your business forward. And so sometimes you can job search that challenge. Okay, I need a marketing person. I need an advertising person. I need a salesperson. Job search those challenges. Also, new hire challenges. You need to hire new people and look at that and talk with your mentor, your coach, or with that trusted friend and see what that looks like. I need to hire a new crew. I need to hire a new cast. I need to hire perhaps a ghostwriter. If you're an author and you're struggling with finding that time to write, I need to, look at different ways of meeting my challenge in terms of moving forward as a creative. So we need to look outside the box, and we can actually, job search these challenges that we have. There's no need for us to be overwhelmed. We are talking this morning about how we can progress in terms of our business, our creative projects, and what are the things that we are prepared to do as business people, as creative people, in order to move forward with our projects? What are the things that we are prepared to get rid of? And we have been talking about limiting beliefs or self-sabotaging habits that can actually impact on our business and impact on our project and impact on our progression. And so a couple of other things that we can do, and I'm going to break them down in sort of like some sections that we can do. I know that we've talked so much in terms of giving you some tools and tips on how we can progress. And I'm actually talking from a business perspective myself. I mean, I've got my own small publishing company. I've run a social enterprise before. As you know, I'm a teaching practitioner, and I'm also an author. And so I am talking as an expert. And I'm also a professional NLP coach, and I have a coaching business too. And so I'm talking from an expert's perspective, and it's been tried and tested by other experts. And so I am sharing ways in terms of how you can progress in your business or in your creative project. And so we need to actually look at what success means for you, because everybody wants success. And so ask yourself, what does success look like for me? Really personalize it. What does success look like for me? And so success for someone could be, I'm a mother, I work and I manage my household. So that could be success for someone. Success for someone could be that, I'm an author, I'm writing a couple of books, and I've published a couple and a few have done well, and I'm working on a few more books. And so that could be success for that person. Success could be your coaching business. Oh, I managed to coach a couple of people. I'm working on a couple of other coaching workshops that I can actually start. And so that could be success for someone. Or success could be for someone like Denise, a recording artist, working on songs and working with creative artists and lots of artists have their own record label and they're able to move on with their creative projects. And so ask yourself, what does success look like for you? Success could be for someone managing their home. because managing your home is like managing a business. What does success look like for you? And then decide what you're going to do about it. So important for us to detach emotionally. And so when something prevents us from getting what we want, we, obviously, become typically frustrated, fearful, and sad. And so we need to detach from that emotion of feeling overwhelmed and look at things logically in terms of how we can move forward with our business. So don't get caught up with emotion, because sometimes when we're overwhelmed and we're caught up with emotion, we are not in a right place to make those good choices. And so it's so important that we detach ourselves from ourselves emotionally with regards to that challenge, and look at that challenge as we detach from our emotions, because that will enable us to make better choices. And then when we look at those challenges, we need to look at those barriers as an outsider. And I do that a lot with my teaching practice, because when you're a teacher, you get observed by Ofsted, or you get observed by your managers. And I was observed quite recently, and I was quite happy. I was quite ecstatic with my observation report. It was amazing, and everyone was actually quite excited with the lesson that I delivered to my cohort. And so sometimes we have to play that role of observer and an outsider. We do that with coaching, where we sometimes support our clients in terms of their challenge that they meet with their business, and we get them involved in a timeline type of coaching, where they can actually look at their goal, particularly as the final outcome, and sort of look back as an observer in terms of what are the things that they need to do in order to meet those challenges. And so it's so important for us to step outside the box and play that role in terms of those challenges and those barriers we see that's going to impact on our limiting belief, and become that outsider, become that observer, and then strategize how you're going to move forward in terms of viewing that challenge as an observer, as an outsider. That is actually key. And that's helped so many of my clients that I've actually coached in terms of overcoming that limiting belief or that challenge. And so it's very important for us to inform yourself, be conscious, be present, self-reflection, consciousness, looking at your reality, of what your reality looks like, and taking action, living in the now and taking action on your reality. So important to inform yourself. And so once you've played that observer role, that outsider role, you are in a better position to inform yourself in terms of what does that challenge, what does that barrier look like. You're able to make a conscious decision in order to move your business or your project that you're working on forward, because you've played that role of observer, and then you can readily inform yourself. Ultimately, what you're trying to gain is that mental resilience. That mental resilience that's going to ultimately keep you going despite the challenges, despite the barriers, despite the obstacles. That mental resilience, that positive mindset, where you have the ability to block out the noise from the external, where you have that ability to block out the noise from the naysayers, as some people will say, the haters, the naysayers. You've got that ability to block out the noise, because you have managed to maintain that positive mindset. You're going to keep trying. And I remember that the beginning of this year, I had so many challenges. I'd put out my intentions, what I wanted to achieve early on in the year. However, I was met with so many challenges and so many obstacles. And what enabled me to keep on task, to keep focus, to keep on track despite the challenges? And I've still got those I've still got challenges. But what enables me to keep on task is my ability to remain mentally resilient, whereby I stay on task, I stay on the goal. I have managed to galvanize a strategy of blocking and setting those healthy boundaries of those external factors that will impact on what I want to achieve. And so it's so important for us to remain mentally resilient despite the challenges. Stay on task, keep trying. And I remember this year I was trying this and I was doing this and I set my intentions and I had my vision board and I was, doing my affirmations and my daily routine, and I was still had a couple of challenges. And so challenges is inevitable. It's going to come. So what are you going to do when you meet those challenges? How are you going to navigate through those challenges? What are the things you're going to do? And so it's so important for us to remain mentally resilient so that we have a strategy on how we're going to block out the noise, because there's so much noise going on out there in terms of what's happening in society, what's happening in our environment, what's happening in our communities, or what's happening within our families. There's so much noise out there. And so we need to be able to galvanize a strategy on how we're going to block that noise. Who are we going to listen to? Who is going to get our listening ear? So important to block out the noise. And it's a bit similar in terms of, the strategies that we employ in terms of our personal life, that we set those healthy boundaries, because there's some people that are actually not good for us, not healthy for us in terms of moving that business forward, because they're negative and they have nothing good to say. And so it's very important, in order to keep that mental resilience, that we strategize how we're going to block that noise. And sometimes we need to write things down. Okay, in order for me to progress in this area, I'm going to do A, B, C, D, E. Sometimes you need to write that down. Write down your strategy on how you're going to maintain your mental resilience. Okay, I'm not going to go to that event. I'm not going to see this person today. I'm not going to be listening to this today. How are you going to maintain your mental resilience? It's so important that you write things down. Write things down. Because in writing things down, I'm a visual learner. I'm not sure about you. I'm a visual learner. I like to write things down. I like to see things visually. And I write things down. And that will help you to remain focused. That will help you to remain focused. And so let me know how you are doing this morning. I've been doing a lot of talking. Denise is keeping me company here. And I know there's a lot of people listening on the airways. It's Angela Lee, which is our business and entrepreneurial show. And we are asking you the question this morning: what are you prepared to do in order to live or realize your dream? We have 2 months left for the year 2021. What are you prepared to do? And even if, we've got 2 months left for the year, what are you planning for 2022? What are you prepared to do in order to progress? And we've talked about all these things that are barriers and challenges on our limiting mindsets and our self-sabotaging habits this morning. What are the things that you're prepared to do in order to live the life of your dreams? That's what we're talking about this morning. And Denise is saying, okay, she didn't know about Kickstart, the government's scheme, and said that she will take a look. Yes. And I've mentioned that there is a government initiative called Kickstart, and they have employed a lot of young people from university to work with entrepreneurs and to work with creatives in terms of their business. And it's only for a few months, and they will actively focus on an area of your business that you need that support, that readily support. They will focus on that business, that area of your business, and do all the things that you need. Perhaps they might have to do a SWOT analysis. Perhaps they will help you with your marketing strategy or your business planning. They are there to support you. If you're an entrepreneur, if you're a business person and you're struggling with an area of your business, they are there to support you. And so tap into that resources, and that will be able to help you. And we are talking this morning about what are the things that you're prepared to do. And so let me know how you are doing this morning. You know me, I like to break up the show with a bit of music because I hate to sort of just chatting along. Because remember, I'm not talking at you. We're having a conversation together. That's what we're doing this morning. We're having a conversation together, and I'm going to see you after this one.
Running around in circles, trying to find a way. Feel there's something missing, yeah, you tired of the lies. Lately I've been living, ain't no other way. I made the decision for my time to expire. Now my purpose just fulfilling on me. Elevating, ain't no limits on me. God is present, you can feel it on me. Yo, I feel like ain't no ceilings on me. Hey, ain't no ceilings, you know I ain't gonna play. I've been moving, I've been zooming in my life. Chance, now you girl is on the road. Stop saying tomorrow and I let them take control. Mommy said you changing, I'm upgraded, you should know. Started making up my mind. Follow intuition when others ain't see the signs. That was back when I would take exams before the rhymes. That clock is always ticking, face it or get left behind. Running around in circles, trying to find a way. Feel there's something missing, are you tired of the lies? Lately I've been living, ain't no other way. I made the decision for my time to expire. Now my purpose just fulfilling on me. Elevating, ain't no limits on me. God is present, you can feel it on me. Yo, I feel like ain't no ceilings on me. Hey, ain't no ceilings, you know I ain't gonna play.
There's no ceilings on me, and there shouldn't be any ceilings on you this morning. There shouldn't be any ceilings on you. There shouldn't be any ceilings on you. It's the Angela Lee Show, and we're talking about what are the things that you're prepared to do in order to live the life of your dreams. Andrea Freeman, good morning. It's okay. I'm happy with where I am at this time, and I am no longer striving to get to the next level. Okay, so you're no longer striving. Why aren't you striving, Andre, to get to the next level? Why aren't you striving? Because there's levels, isn't there? There's always levels that we are trying to achieve. But if you're okay where you are, then that's cool. That's cool. It's the Angela Lee Show. It's the business and the entrepreneurial show. And we're talking about what are the things that you're prepared to do in order to live the life of your dreams. I mean, I hate remaining stagnant. I'm a progressive person. I'm quite similar to Denise because we get restless quite quick, and we like doing lots of different things. It just keeps us going, and I think it's so important to keep progressing and not remaining stagnant, because growth is always evolving, isn't it? We're always evolving. If we're growing, we're always evolving, and so it's so important to keep progressing, keep striving, and not reaching the ceiling, but over excelling yourself in terms of getting rid of that ceiling. Before I go today, and I want to thank all those that have listened this morning, and I hope you found it useful, those tips. For those that are just joining me for this morning, you have the opportunity again to replay the show. It's on Facebook Live and it's also on YouTube. And we're also streaming live on ellensoulradio.com. And so a couple of other tips before I go this morning. I mentioned that I'm only going to be here with you for an hour and a half this morning. So important to actually exercise. Exercising is so important. Even if you exercise 5 days a week for at least 30 minutes, is so important in terms of helping you to progress and to keep healthy. Because guess what? If you're not healthy, you won't be able to do your business. You won't be able to do those creative projects if you are not healthy. And so exercising daily for 30 minutes is good enough. I mean, in the morning, you know my routine. I do my meditation and I do my exercise. I was at the gym this week. I think I've been to the gym 3 times this week, so I'm quite proud of myself. And so exercising is so important. Meditating every day for at least 15 minutes. We can't be that busy, too busy that we can't actually meditate. And before I leave my house every morning, I do my meditation. We give thanks to the universe for, sparing our lives to be here. And we do that meditation, that self-reflection, tapping into that, our consciousness. Meditation, 15 minutes a day is actually key in terms of progressing with our creative projects and our business life. Equally, cooking healthy meals at home 5 days a week. We are what we eat. And sometimes we can eat foods, or we can eat certain foods that can actually impact on our moods and can impact on our, the way we feel. And so cooking healthy meals. I mean, if you can't manage 5 days a week, but at least 3 days a week, eating those healthy foods. I mean, I enjoy cooking, and I cook most of the time. Very rarely that I don't cook, and so those healthy meals is so important. And I'm going to have an amazing lady that she has her own business in terms of food, and she's going to be joining me on the show. I'm going to put her name out there, Carol Fraser, an amazing entrepreneur. She's going to be joining me soon on my show, and she's going to be sharing with us how important it is in terms of healthy eating. And so cooking meals, stop eating those junk foods. That's not going to be helping you in terms of your moods and your health, because it impacts on your mindset, the way you think, the certain foods that we eat. And in terms of your home, it's so important to clear out clutter. If you're living or you're working in an environment where, everything is all around the place, then you're not going to be able to focus. You're not going to be able to, have that clear mindset. And so clearing that clutter from your home or your office is so important. I mean, I've worked on my little office here, and I'm still shredding. I've been shredding for a year. I've had so much paperwork that, that I've had in my filing cabinets, and I've been shredding. I'm still shredding. And so clear the clutter. So I'm talking from experience, and I'm doing it too. I'm actively doing it too. So clear the clutter, organize closets and drawers. And so in your home, organize those drawers instead of throwing things in your drawers, because they say that a disorganized lifestyle or a disorganized environment is a disorganized mind. And so clearing and organizing those closets and those drawers, and you're putting those things in the filing cupboard, and even your the way your home in terms of the clothes that you wear, get them all organized, and so that you have this organized mindset. Taking your vitamin supplements every morning is equally key. I mean, I practice that. I take my vitamins 3 times a day. So important. And we're talking about, what are you prepared to do in order to live that life of your dream? Because if you're not healthy in your physical body, it's going to impact on your mental capacity. It's going to impact on your mindset. It's going to impact on the way you function. And so it's so important that we take those vitamin supplements every morning, and we eat healthy in order to be able to achieve those creative projects. And particularly in COVID, during this COVID pandemic, it's not going away. I know that the figures have gone up somewhat in terms of those people that have been newly affected. And so it's so important for us to keep these vitamin supplements up, your vitamin Ds and your E's. So important, because if we are not healthy, we're not able to run our business effectively and sufficiently. And so it's so important for us to take those vitamin supplements. So important for us to meet those deadlines. I mean, I am a good example of that. I mean, as a teaching practitioner myself, and as an author, and as a coach, amongst other things that I'm doing, and particularly I've got 2 assignments that I need to write in terms of my masters that I'm doing. And so it's so important for us to complete those assignments and our paperwork on time, whatever those paperwork look like in terms of our business paperwork or our personal life paperwork. Because how we organize and manage our personal life will reflect on our business life. And so if we're disorganized and we're not, organizing and doing things to deadline, then it's going to also emulate through our business. And so completing your assignments, I've got to complete some assignments, and your paperwork on time is going to enable you to live that life of your dreams and combat that limiting belief. Journaling for 10 minutes every day is also key in terms of progressing with your life. Journaling. How many of you on the thread this morning do a journal? Denise is saying she's shredding old paperwork this week too. Yeah. And she's saying, yes, she's restless. Yeah, Denise, I've been shredding for a year now. And so how many of us journal? Do you journal, Denise? I'm sure you do. How many of us journal? Those that are listening on the airways, do you journal? I mean, I've kept a diary since I was like, a young girl. I remembered keeping a journal. I was journaling something, and my mother went through my drawers. How, that was so intrusive of her. And she read my journal. I was so embarrassed. I think I was talking about a boy that I liked. But however, I've kept that, despite that horrid experience, I've kept my journaling, and I've been journaling for years. And I do enjoy journaling and writing things down. And so write things down, daily. Get your thoughts on paper. So journaling is really it's quite beneficial in terms of combating all those negative and limiting beliefs. And so journaling 10 minutes every day, journal. Oh, how did your day go? What was I able to achieve? And what do I need to achieve? Journal. What was I thinking? How can I do this differently? How can I make a better choice? Journaling for 10 minutes a day is key in terms of moving forward and progressing with your business, your personal life, your business, your creative projects. Journaling is key. Also, reading or studying for 1 hour from Monday to Friday is key for living that life of your dreams. Reading or studying for an hour is key. And so, do you study? Do you read? I mean, I'm currently reading a book, and it's called The Body Keeps Scores. And I'm reading other books because obviously I'm at uni and I need to also read other books. And so every hour from Monday to Friday, read something. You could even read a novel, read something every day and study something. I'm always forever reading, forever learning. And so it's so important because it keeps your brain ticking. It helps you to see things from different perspectives. It keeps life more interesting, and you learn more than what you think in fact. And so you're always progressing, you're always developing, you're always evolving, you're stretching yourself, you're learning something different, you're learning something new. So it's so important for us to enjoy reading. Sometimes people find reading a chore, especially some of my students, but reading should be pleasurable. So probably pick a subject of interest that you enjoy and start reading 1 hour a day from Monday to Friday. Start reading, and you will evolve and grow. And before I go, Practice one act of kindness or gratitude. Practice one act of kindness and gratitude every day. Think about, what can you do to help someone? What act of kindness can you do for someone? Probably someone you know, probably someone you don't know. What act of kindness can you do? How can you express your gratitude to the universe for all the things that he's doing and for things that he's going to be doing? How can you express your gratitude for being alive? I'm so grateful for being alive. I'm so grateful that I'm still here. How can you showcase that gratitude? So important for us to practice one act of kindness. Oh my God, I can see a bee. Excuse me, I've opened the window so he can fly out. Oh my God. Practice one act of kindness. Please be. Oh my God. He's bee. Fly out, fly out, fly out. Okay, he's out. Can you believe that? Practice one kind of kindness and gratitude. You know how I am. I just keep it real on the show. I detest bees. I don't want to be stung this morning. And so let me know what act of gratitude that you're going to be employing this morning. Andre's laughing at me. And Denise is saying, look up the spirit totem of a bee. Okay, but I don't want them near me. I don't want them near me this morning. And so let me know, send me a message, what act of gratitude that you're going to be employing today for the rest of the week, what act of kindness that you're going to be doing for someone this week. Send me a message and let's share what we're going to be doing for the rest of the week. And I just want to thank you for listening to me. I mentioned it's only going to be about an hour and a half. I've got so much to do this Saturday, as yourself, with my family and stuff, and so much to do. And so, but because I'm showing my gratitude to the universe, and I've set my intentions in terms of what I'm going to be doing in terms of the show, I am. That's my act of kindness to you this morning. And Andre is saying, nice program. Great way to start a Saturday morning. Thank you very much, Andre. Thank you for joining me, Denise, and everyone else that's been listening to the show. Have a great weekend. Have a great Saturday. I'm going to be back tomorrow on the Spiritual and Wellbeing show tomorrow. And we're going to be talking about crutches. Not literal crutches, but those crutches that we have, that we tend to, hold on to in life, that's actually preventing our emotional and psychological development. That's what we're going to be talking about tomorrow. That's interesting, isn't it? And so join me tomorrow between the hours of 9 and 11 tomorrow on the Spiritual and Wellbeing show. And for ellensoulradio.com, we have Anthony B. He's got his show following on from me. So keep it locked to the Ellen Soul Radio show. And you can please do subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's Angela Lee. Give the sister some support and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Angela Lee. And I'm going to see you again this time next week between the hours of 9 and 11. Okay, she said the bee was confirming what you are talking about this morning. Okay, so hey, I'm in tune with the universe. Thank you, Denise, for sharing that. And so have a great weekend. And thank you for joining me. And I'll see you tomorrow on the Wellbeing and Spiritual show. And in terms of business, I'll see you next week. And so if you have just joined me, you have the opportunity to listen to the replay. So do listen to the replay. Many blessings to you. And remember, let's live a life of unlimitless. Yeah, because we're unlimitless, aren't we?
I done came up from a waist down. Only by that grace that I made it out. Load up on my side, got them angels now. I done came up from a waist down. I done came up from a waist down. Only by that grace that I made it out. Load up on my side, got them angels now. I done came up from a waist down. Made it to the top, yeah, I'm going now. When he lift me up, man, I'm coming down. Was never in the hood, never shot the bro. Yeah, I thank the Lord that he got me now. Watch it go up when I put it down. Whole city coming out when I hit the town. No, I don't